before our meeting at 7 o'clock, and I want to talk to you about don't quit your job to sell life insurance. Right. I know for some people they have to do that and they don't have any other options or any other choices. But I want to share with you, like, if that's not something you have to do, don't do it. And I want to tell you why. Stand by. I'm going to make sure I'm connected properly over here on Zoom. So who am I? I'm Garlinda Price, and I was going to say, Lord, my screen was moving. I'm Garlinda Price, and I'm the agency owner and national sales director with Senior Life Insurance Company, powered by none other than Senior Life Insurance Company. And I want to give a shout out to my team in case they happen to see this video or they're watching live with me today. And I just want to share, I had to take some notes because I can go off the deep end and keep talking all day long. Y'all know that if you follow me. But I want to share with you why you don't want to quit your job to sell life insurance if you don't have money saved up, if you don't have money to invest in the business. So let's start there. Don't quit your job to sell life insurance if you don't have a backup plan in terms of income. And I say that because I meet so many people all the time that come into the business and their back is against the wall. And what I mean by that, and it's different if you don't have a choice, like if your job downsized, if you've got fired, or your job went away, or you're in an industry that's super slow, or you've been collecting unemployment. If you're collecting unemployment, you're still getting a check, you're in a good position, right? Or if you have a job and you can keep that job for a while and keep income coming in before you quit, I recommend that. But what happens is whenever someone quits their job to start selling life insurance, now they have that pressure, right? They have the pressure on themselves. They have the pressure on their family. If it's just them, it's the pressure on them to how they're going to pay their rent, how they're going to cover their car insurance, how they're going to pay for their car if they have a car expense, how they're going to eat, like how they're going to take care of everything, right? Now, if you do, I'm going to give you a backup plan of something you can do if you do quit your job, or you are planning to quit your job. But what I would share with you is that 9 times out of 10, if you quit your job to come into life insurance and you're not that person that's a fast starter, then you're going to struggle. If you're not that person that is like, you know what, I don't need to have everything figured out. I'm going to hit the ground running. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's make it do what it do. And you run and you go do it. Let me make sure my volume is up. Okay. And if you're that person, you're going to do great. But if you're the person that has analysis paralysis, right? Or you like to fact find and get all the information beforehand, and nothing wrong with fact finding and getting all the information. But if you're that person that you need all the details and all the juicy deets before you're going to do anything, because that's just how you're built. Like you're that I have plenty of friends like that, and they'll tell you, Garlinda, I need all the information before I'm going to go do anything, right? Let me make sure you can hear me well. Yep, you can. Okay. And so if you're that person that says, you know what, I need to have all my questions answered, we call those, we go by different colors as you're learning in leadership styles. And there are some people that have to have their answers validated before they'll make a decision. Nothing wrong with that, right? But if you know that's you, and you know that you're not going to immediately start and jump, even though we're saying, hey, come on, get started. Let's go role play. Let's get on the phone. Let's get started. Let's get it done. If you know that that's not your personality, don't quit your job, because you're going to need an income while you're validating the information to confirm that it works for you. Caleb, is that you? The little thumbs up? No. I'm hollering. There's a thumbs up on the screen. So if you know that that's you, and you're the person that, thank you for the thumbs up. If you're the person that needs a lot of validation and you need a lot of information, you're not going to be a fast starter. Keep your job. Right. And so I just see people come into the industry and then they struggle. And what ends up happening is then they say the industry doesn't work. Then they say the leads don't work. Then they say the company doesn't work. Then they say this sucks, that sucks, everything sucks. But the truth is they didn't do a feasibility study. I say that jokingly because my husband and I always talk about how we made decisions in the past and we didn't basically count the cost. And that's what the word of God tells you to do. Before you wage a war, it says to seek counsel of many advisors. You don't just go out there and wage a war and you don't even know how you're going to win the war. This is the same thing. So if you quit your job, you're not going to have money for leads. You're not going to have money to invest in leads. You're not going to have money to pay your rent. You're not going to have money to pay your car. And then you're going to have the stress and the pressure of us saying, hey, why aren't you calling your leads? Why aren't you performing? Why aren't you showing up? Hey, we got to hit this quota. Hey, I need you to come to this meeting. Hey, I need you to come to this training. Then you're going to start to feel that pressure. You may get agitated with your leader or your upline because you have other things going on, right? And so because of that, that's why that's why I'm telling you now. I want to share this with people that are calling me. Don't quit your job if you know that you're not a hustler. And we are looking for all types of people. You got to want it. You got to be willing to do the work. You got to be disciplined. But specifically, you got to know this is a business, right? This is not a job. And I do get a lot of people that reach out to me all the time that we maybe don't end up partnering together because they're looking for a job environment or a job mindset. And that's not this, right? Insurance is a business, and it's a business that will pay you over time. You're going to have some wins and some lessons. You're going to have some wins and some lessons. You're going to have some wins and some losses. What do I mean by a loss? You're going to get cursed out. You're going to get hung up on. You're going to have people tell you, I don't want it. Leave me alone. Stop calling me. I don't need it anymore. I already bought it. And everything in between, right? You're going to have some bad phone numbers. You're going to have some non-English speaking calls when you bought a lead, right? So you've seen us talking about senior life insurance and how they have this free lead program that's launching. And the free lead program actually is supposed to launch tomorrow, starting this Friday next week, right? But let's say that something happens with the free lead program because it's new and there's glitches in the system. You're going to need leads, right? So please know that when you come into the life insurance industry, I don't care what company you work for. I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. You are going to have leads in the life insurance business. It's just is what it is. Okay. So if you don't have leads, you don't have anybody to call, you will not have success in the life insurance business. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. I feel like people don't tell the truth about the industry. All they show is how much money that can be made, how much money you can make great money, but they don't tell you that you might dial one day 150 dials and nobody pick up. You might make 300 phone calls, nobody buy anything. Right? Like today, I track my numbers every day, but let's say today, when I started dialing, someone picked up on my fifth call and I did a presentation on the fifth call, and that person was a guaranteed issue product. That means there's a 36-month wait, which is fine, but it was the cost. He's on a fixed income. He already has a policy, and he could not see the value of what I was trying to share with him through Everlasting Legacy, which is our sister company that includes the funeral home merchandise, right? Now, I maybe need to do a better job with explaining legacy. I'm getting better at that. But also, he's like, I want a fixed income. This isn't what I wanted to pay. And so that's fine. Next. So then I go and it's 14 more dials till I get to the next person. She was at a car wash. Hey, can you call me back tomorrow? Then there's another 32 dials before I get to a presentation on dial number 54. That person now wanted a quote for herself, her two sons, and her husband. Two sons, yeah, 4 people. But she's like, okay, I need to discuss it with my husband. Well, that's my fault. Why? Because I forgot to say, is there anyone else that needs to hear this information? Right. And so I know that. So that's the second thing I want to share with you is you got to have your mindset right. Do not come into the insurance industry if you don't have a strong mind. And what do I mean by that? If you're easily offended, your feelings are easily hurt, you easily feel like you're wasting your money, you easily feel like you're wasting your time, you have a negative experience that you had with another company or 3 other companies, and now you believe all companies are bad, and then you bring that energy and that negative past over here. I've been with 4 companies. This is my 4th company. I didn't have a great experience at my first company. I didn't bring that to senior life. Now, let me take it back. I had a great sales experience because I have a hustle. I have moxie. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get it done because I remember my why. My why is my family. My why is my retirement. My why is my future. I'm not attached to the outcome. I don't care what anybody says. I'm running to see what the end is going to be. That's Garlinda, right? So therefore, I don't bring a bad experience from over here at this company. I didn't take it to my next company. I'll go to the next company. I'm not thinking, oh man, they all suck. Their leads suck. Everything sucks. No, what can I do? My mindset is the only thing I teach my children is the only thing you can control is what you do. I can't control what my team does. I can't control what anybody else does. I can show you where the water is, but I can't bow your head down to drink it, right? So you have got to have a strong mindset if you're going to come into the life insurance industry. If not, you're going to fail. Why? Because you're going to think everything is an attack. You're going to think everything is bad. Everything is, not working for your good, because whatever you believe is what you're going to receive. That's how it's going to be. Okay. That's the second thing. I mean, that's the third thing. The other thing is, don't get distracted. Don't worry about what they're doing, what he's doing, what she's doing, what they're saying, what they're not saying, what they are doing, what they aren't doing. You control, put your blinders on. Don't get distracted. I don't care what anybody's saying. I don't care what the internet says. I don't care what social media says. I don't care what people are saying. I don't care about all the noise. Look, I'm like this, la 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 la. I don't care. Why? Because I'm tunnel vision, my future, my family, my focus. That's it. Don't get distracted. You're in a business, you're starting a business. Your first year is going to be your hardest. The hardest part is going to be picking up the phone, making the first call. The second thing is going to be conscientious boredom. What does that mean? Doing the same thing, repetitions over and over and over. But how do you think your favorite NFL player becomes a star? How do you think your favorite basketball player becomes a star? How do you think your favorite pastor becomes a star? I'm not calling a pastor a star, but you know what I mean. Discipline. They do the same thing, the same rep over and over and over again. Maybe a pastor wasn't a good analogy, but your favorite hairdresser, your favorite makeup artist, your favorite fashion designer, your favorite celebrity, whatever it is, how do you think they became so great? How do you think God became so great? Because he had Jesus, the one and only Christ, right? Who took 12 people, one was a traitor, and he spread the gospel throughout the entire world. I know those people had to have gotten on his nerves from time to time. They had to, right? And I'm sure, that especially the Sadducees and the Pharisees, right? So anyway, it was their mindset. They were disciplined. They had a job to do, and they said, I'm going to get it done. Come heaven or high water, I'm going to make it happen, right? So you got to have your mindset right. Don't get distracted. Why did you start in the first place? Because if you stick with your why, it will push you through. It will carry you through no matter what. Glory to God. It will carry you through no matter what. And this ain't a job. I just have to repeat that. I know it's bad English. This ain't a job, right? So if you come into the life insurance sales industry, whether it's life insurance or health insurance, and you treat it like it's a job, like it's supposed to pay you for just showing up, you're not going to succeed, because you don't get paid to show up. You get paid to close transactions. You get paid to serve people. You get paid whenever someone buys a policy, they make their premium payment, that premium payment comes out, you get paid. Just showing up on a meeting, showing up for a training, showing up in a group setting, or showing up on live dials like virtual call center, that's not success. I mean, that's part of success, is 90%, but it's a job. So you don't get, that's a job mentality. Okay, I'm going to show up and I expect to receive something. No, you show up and you perform so you can receive something, and then you treat it like a business. You're consistently working the same hours every day, making a certain number of dials, tracking your dials, investing in your leads. Even if you're going to get free leads here with Senior Life, there's still parameters around that, right? Call me if you're interested, 910-494-7798. We're not hiring everybody for the free lead program because it won't fit for everyone, right? But then we have a program where you can finance your leads. That won't fit for everyone either. You got to call me and we'll discuss the details, right? But we are looking for those that have a business mindset, that know that it's an investment in time, it's an investment in business, and then to get your clients to buy from you is a transfer of belief. It's an investment in belief, right? And that the fortune is in the follow-up. You may call people 12 times before they make a decision, right? So those are the things that I want to share with you, but this ain't a job. And then the last thing I'll share with you is Tanstoffel. That was one of the first concepts that my teacher taught in economics, right? There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Tanstoffel. I wish I could put it across the screen. I probably could if I was texting. But Tanstoffel, Tanstafl. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. You got to pay your dues. There's no way around it. The people that you see showing you that they have success here on social media, whatever, whether it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if that's still a thing, TikTok, right? If they're showing you the receipts of where they've had success in insurance, whether it's life insurance, Medicare, health insurance, whatever it is, they paid their dues. What is your dues? Working early in the morning if you're a morning person, working until late at night if you're a night person, missing meals, missing events. Sometimes you got to sacrifice stuff, right? Working on the weekends, on Saturday, working on Sunday if you didn't hit your goal, right? I don't like to work on Sundays, but I have clients sometimes that's the only day that they have, right? So they have paid their dues. They have lost their voice and been hoarse from all the time that they've been on the phone talking to people. They have paid their dues. So just know that if you're coming into life insurance sales, you will have to pay your dues. And as a card carrying adult, right? I won't babysit people. And what I mean by that is I won't sit and have a complaint fest with people, right? So if somebody brings something to me, I'm going to help them come up with a solution. I'm going to be a part of the solution because I'm very solutions oriented, but I'm not going to sit and dog out the company. I'm not going to sit and dog out leads. I won't sit and dog out coworkers business partners. I won't sit and dog out people. I will not have a pity party with people in business. I won't, right? And so I think that it's really important that if you're going to come into the life insurance industry, don't quit your job ahead of time until you start making money so that way, if you need extra money, you have your job to fall back on. But I said that I would share with you, what can you do if you don't have the money? Go get a side hustle, do Uber, get an online, get a work from home telesales job, do, I forget, DoorDash, right? A gig economy, sell stuff on eBay, go pawn some stuff. I hate to say that, right? But we got plenty of stuff in our house, all of us, that none of us uses, right? Sell something on Facebook Marketplace. Do whatever it is you need to do. If you bake, bake. I remember meeting this lady when I was at a vendor event. This was years ago. Her home was going into foreclosure, and she prayed and said, Lord, what could she do? The Holy Spirit told her to bake cakes. She said because she was an excellent baker, people loved her cakes. And so he told her to bake cakes. So she began baking cakes. And I said, well, how did you tell people? She said at her church, she handed out flyers and the people told everybody that she was baking cakes. She made enough money to get her home out of foreclosure. So with God, all things are possible. You just have the wherewithal. What is your wherewithal to get it done? So if you're going to quit your job, come in full force, no holds barred. You're going to do whatever is needed to be done. You're going to invest. You're going to work because you're going to give up two things in business, right? You're going to give up your time or you're going to give up your money. You're going to invest your time or you're going to invest your money. You're going to sacrifice your time or you're going to sacrifice your money. It's one or the other two. You got to go through the pain to get to the pleasure. Okay. So if you're going to come into the life insurance industry and you got hustle, grit, and moxie, quit and go for it. But if you know that you're that person that's scared and fearful all the time because you've had bad experience and you just are not trusting and you're afraid, don't quit your job. Don't quit. Keep your job and then do insurance part-time, work your way up. When you see the results and the fruit of your labor, then quit your job. That's just Garlinda's personal opinion. I know that other people would say quit and go for it, but everybody doesn't have that disposition or demeanor where they can do that. Okay, so that's just my 2 cents for today. Again, I'm Garlinda Price. I am the agency owner and national sales director of Fusion Insurance Group, powered by none other than Senior Life. If you are looking for a place for you and your team to grow, where you have access to excellent leads, right? Still got to put in the time, you still got to put in the dials. But if you're looking for leads where people aren't like, I never feel that out. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, you maybe get that every now and again, but it's not prevalent. Most of the time is, yes, I do need that. Give me the quotes. Let's see if I can afford it. And you'll also hear, that's not what your TV commercial said. You'll also hear, I don't want it anymore. Don't call me anymore. And then you'll hear, I've been waiting for someone to call me. I've got to get this taken care of because somebody just died. You're only going to get 5 or 6 reasons why someone does or doesn't want to do something. So if that's you, I know that Senior Life, I can say this with all confidence, we are one of the only companies in the insurance industry that has live television transfers. We have Facebook call leads. We have social media leads, telemarketing, online quote requests, yellow pages leads. We have mailers. You name it, we have it. And not only that, we have a way that you can get paid. It's 8 ways to get paid here at Senior Life. It's a streamlined, systematic business. We coach and we train. We just don't babysit. Okay. So give me a call, 910-494-7798. And I'm personally looking for Spanish speaking, as well as English speaking business partners. I'd love to talk to you. All of our materials are in English and in Spanish. We have trainings in English and in Spanish. So I'd love to talk to you. My team is actually headed up by Rico da Silva. He is from Costa Rica, Spanish speaking gentleman. And then also our senior regional vice president is Cesar Rodriguez, and he is from Puerto Rico. Okay. So I'd love to talk to you guys. Love to have